Hey guys, you're on the Dill's Den channel. Especially for you, we are looking for the most intriguing stories about money. Today you will hear a story that will shock you.
Hi everybody. I was 11 years old. I was in school. One day, a friend of mine offered to make some extra money. He needed an assistant to mow lawns. Basically, I would mow lawns and my buddy and his dad would bring me to the place with a lawnmower. I loved the job. When the plots are level and not neglected, it's a pleasure. That's what I did most of the time. Because the areas where everything was overgrown with tall grass, it was necessary to mow with other tools, not with a regular lawnmower on wheels. My buddy and my father used to mow the more difficult areas. It was my first money that I earned on my own. My family was poor, and I didn't have much money for pocket money. And those that I did get, I tried to put aside for gifts for my parents and sister. There are many different holidays all the time, and you want to make pleasant to your favorite people. So it's a lot of money. And when I started to earn money by cutting grass, I started to get extra money. I liked it very much, but there were not very many orders. There was still a lot of free time that could be used for new orders, and I decided that it was necessary to offer services to people somehow. My studies did not take much time because I studied well always and memorized everything quickly and easily and quickly performed all tasks. Well, not all, of course. I've always been fascinated by the internet, and I just started to learn what sites are, or rather how to make and publish them on the internet. At that time, I know a librarian advised me to self-tutorial, a thick book on creating sites on the program Dreamweaver. This is such a program where you can, not knowing the code, to insert in the right places pictures and text. In general, such a site builder like. And I decided to make a site to advertise our services to cut grass. Site I did about a week in his free time from school and all the business. We even took pictures of how we cut the grass, before and after, where it was clearly visible what the site was before mowing and after. I wrote the text and my friend's dad corrected it a bit. Anyway, with the help of a librarian, I was able to put it online. I thought the phone would start ringing off the hook and people from all over town would start asking us to mow their lawns. But that didn't happen. I put my friend's dad's phone number on the site, and then every day I called him and asked him if they were calling from the site. I used to call him more than once a day. I must have been bugging him. I realized that something was wrong and began to study this issue. I was very interested and I was doing it all the time. I read forums on site promotion, asked questions on these forums, and pretty soon I knew enough to realize what I needed to change on the site and what I needed to do next so that the site would be found by customers. I was looking forward to the minute when I sit down at the computer and continue to mess with the site and promotion. So some time passed, and one day my friend's dad, taking me to another order, said that, by the way, this order from your site. I was very happy and mowed the grass with even more zeal. Although I've always tried to do my job as best as possible, I still do. I believe that if you do something, you should try to do it perfectly. Since then, orders from the site have been more and more. Everyone was happy. I was really into websites. One of my acquaintances ordered me to make a website for his car wash, and my mom's brother ordered a website for flower delivery. To mowing grass, I cooled down and stopped practically doing it. More wanted to engage in the creation and promotion of sites, and the site for mowing to me my friend offered to exchange for bitcoins. I would have given them the site for free anyway, but bitcoins were worthless at the time and I was interested in the topic of cryptocurrency. It seemed fun. A friend gave me 300 bitcoins, which I safely forgot about until 2017.
What do you guys think about it? Write in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss new stories about money and luck.
When all this hype started, I also remembered about my bitcoins. And imagine my surprise when I found out that bitcoins are not just worth something, but worth good money. I started selling them, and in total I sold them for $5,000 or so. Of course, it would be a completely different kind of money now, but I do not regret that I sold. I still have one more Bitcoin left as a souvenir, by the way. Since then, I have not been involved in cryptocurrencies. I'm more interested in doing something I'm passionate about. By the way, the firm for the creation and promotion of sites is still working. My sister is in charge of it, and I'm excited about studying gravity now, the influence of gravity, our perception of gravity, and ways of further development and implementation of gravity in our lives. Believe me, there is a lot of interesting and unusual stuff out there. As a thank you to the librarian, I helped him upgrade his car. Librarians have their dreams too, and in debt to a friend and his dad, who started this whole lawnmower thing, did not stay. They made a lot of money on bitcoins, by the way. As you can imagine, those 300 bitcoins were not the last. My friend really likes to mess around with these cryptocurrencies. He's still doing it. That's the story. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you. That was awesome. Friends, don't forget to rate the video and subscribe to our channel. A lot of interesting things are ahead. See you later.